Cadbury on the table, we have actually introduced quite lots of air into this chocolate. You can see those gaps. So all we want to do to get those to come to the surface is give this a few whacks on the table. And again, shake. And you'll see now, all those gaps are filled, and there's also tiny little air bubbles. That means that we have here a nice solid chocolate. Something like a dairy milk bar that would be about ready to stick into the fridge. But first things first, I'm going to make sure I've tempered this correctly. And what do you guys think would happen if I tip this mould upside down? Fall out. Can I tip this over anybody's head to test something?
Yes.
Yeah, you want me to tip over your head? Hey, you can come to the front. This is a serious offer. Are you sure about this? No? Alright, should I tip it over my head?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Is any of the chocolate coming out? Should I give it a wiggle? Is any of the no? Thank you very much. And that's because my chocolate is nice and cold on the back. I'll stick out my own head just to prove a point. I don't want chocolatey hair either. And chocolate's lovely, cold, and sticky to the back of the mould. But if we do want some of this chocolate to fall out, there might be a reason for it. Does anybody here like filled chocolate, like caramels or creams, anything like that? Yeah, is there any room for my caramel in here? Nah. So we're going to have to make some. Very simple. This is a process known as chocolate shelling. I like to call it chocolate rain. So all we're going to be doing is getting rid of the centre and getting rid of the bottom of that mould and being left with that nice hollow shell inside. So once I've got enough of my chocolate out, once again, all I'm going to do is scrape off the excess. And you should see now a nice little dip inside each of my chocolates waiting to be filled up. So they fill those over with the caramel or whatever they're working on that day. So they might go on if they have a cheeky taste of that and continue on. And then they'd seal up these chocolates with the rest of their tempered chocolate from earlier. Now back then they would have been using a cold room at the factory, which might have taken about 3 or 4 hours to cool their chocolate down. We don't want to wait that long in one day, so we have electronic fridges that can cool all of our chocolate down in about half an hour instead. Now right at the start of this demonstration, I mentioned that we wanted moulds with a nice see-through back, and this is the reason why. Once our chocolate's set, you can see through the back of it, and you'll notice that it goes a lovely dark brown colour, and there's a bit of a frost around the edges as well. So what I'm going to do now is give this a bit of a twist, and we can count down from 3, and I'll whack this onto the table for the final step. So 3, 2, 1. And there we have it, some lovely, shiny little chocolates waiting to go over to the packaging department. Now I do have some bad news, unfortunately, you cannot eat this chocolate, but don't worry, because over the next